Say, how could it be? How could it be? Somebody took my dog from me. Blake bow and I miss my homie. What? Miss my homie. Please miss my homie. For real. Take it to the bridge, OG. I used to hustle with my dogs, get schmooling with my dogs, spin block with my dogs, pushing that rock. But now my homie's gone. Now my homie's gone. Boom, boom, boom. How could it be? How could it be? Somebody took my dog from me. Bow, 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 and I miss my homie. Boom, boom. Miss my homie. Miss my homie. For real. Boom, 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 boom. You know what it is, man. It's your boy OG Product, bring another edition, that Garrison News. You know the schlingo, trap now, coming later. Have a good mind when it gets smooth as we should. Oh man, goddamn, things that makes you go, talk like shmama. Anyway, man, we out here fooling up for don't mind. Criticize mine. Blick bow. Boom, 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 boom. People trust up. No homo, no freaky up. No homo, no sneaky. So people, look. The big homie, man. You heard me, the big jit. You heard me, Triple OG, Top Crocodile, aka Mr. Never Cap. You understand? No cap, no capping. We don't do no capo, you understand? Pre-game though, look. The rosters, you heard me. I think we done set the Guinness World Record. So people, breaking news, beloved, breaking news. I want to say RIP to a rap legend, an OG. I'm going to say a pioneer in this white man music industry who goes by the name of Africa Bambatta, right? So Africa Bambatta is a homie that brought you the Zulu Nation. You know, being in the Zulu Nation was like winning a Grammy. It was like winning an Oscar, winning an award. That's what I'm chatting about, yeah man. So, you know, everybody want to be a Zulu member, but slowly but surely, some of the shman them started to cut, making their way to the exit. Why? Because it was rumors and allegations that Africa Bambatta was moving iffy. Homeboy was moving washy, and they were saying allegedly that Africa Bambatta was sweeter than a glass of Kool-Aid, sweeter than a glass of Old Country Tom lemonade, sweeter than a glass of Tang. You know, the homies, man, allegedly was mixing Africa Bambatta like a DJ, man. And they were saying that Africa Bambatta allegedly was a schmook. The elder allegedly was a fun boy. You understand? A sweet boy, a chichaman, a dagaman, a hanseman, an alleged bati boy, an alleged batiman, an alleged, you understand, active undercover brother. So if y'all haven't been in tune, get in tune, get familiar. It's about to get deep. Pause, stay with me, right? So Africa Bambatta just met his demise. RIP to the elder. You understand? Rest up. Boom in peace. Boom easy. BIH. Boom in heaven. BIP. Boom in paradise to the fallen soldier. Baby, baby. So like I said, Africa Bambatta, you know, he had a rough last couple of years because somebody came out and was accusing the homie of being a schmook. You understand? Saying he was out there dying. He was dying people without permission, dying people without their consent. You understand? So after a few rough years of people bashing him on social media, I knew the elder couldn't take it. You understand? Because you're an elder, you're not used to this type of era. He's from the old school. You understand? So like I said, all the stuff made African Bambatta went to go hibernate like a bear, and homeboy went into hiding and went low key. Nobody didn't really know where to find Africa Bambatta. They thought he was in the United States of America. My homeboy was overseas, abroad, right? But either or, it's neither here or there, though, right? Look, hold on. Big homie, right? Motherfucking homie, what's up? Big chick. Big chick. On my soul. After us, oh yeah, we got a lot of big things. Pause. Coming soon. No freaky. We got a podcast coming. Me and the homie Bullet Scotty. See y'all stay in tune for that. We're about to shut ish down. I've been on social network for almost like 3 years. Haven't did live on Instagram, nothing. Just been putting out content and we still relevant. So imagine when we boom back. A lot of situation, a lot of y'all recycling bin. Anyway, back to the light show, back to the turn up. So after hibernating due to the pressure, a lot of the homies are saying allegedly Africa Bambatta, he was unalive. Homeboy met his fate, you understand? Because due to a stroke, homeboy had a heart attack, right? Allegedly, right? Now, the news is saying the elder passed away due to cancer, right? But when you read the story, they said, what's the key word I'm looking for? I'm a little schlit right now off that BP93. You understand? That, you know, Stankeisha. You understand that Terry Funk. You heard? Pre-game though. So, Terry Funk could mean two things. BP93 or dog food. You heard? Depends how you do it. Schlingo, you know, Schlingo king. So, where was I now? So, Africa Bambatta, right? After, like I told you, let's go back. After, like, you know, they say he almost had a heart attack, so now they saying it's alleged. Even though they say it's still alleged, man, because look, they saying it's prostate cancer, right? So, but it's a key word that they said. It's a possibility. That's what they said. Look, we just had some Starbucks. You know, Starbucks here, so I got into a bite here, so people like your product. Why are you still relevant? And you haven't been active because we know how to entertain. A lot of these dudes, if they're not cloud chasing or talking about another month, they're not relevant. It's either here or there, though. You understand? No, Mr. Never Kept. Mr. Blood Clot Never Kept. That's a cord. With that them foot. Pussy. With that them foot. See. So anyway, so they said it's a possibility. That's the key word. Possibility. He could have passed away from prostate cancer. But like I said, just like how the word got out that he was an alleged schmook, he was an alleged fun boy, is how the word's out now that Bambatta didn't pass away from, you know, prostate cancer. They say allegedly. Let's use that word wisely, because like I said, even though the allegations surrounding homeboy, he's still an elder, or OG, a pioneer in this music industry. You understand? So we still got to show the elder respect. So the streets is talking. They say no, it wasn't prostate cancer allegedly. You know, Bambatta had the Eazy-E, the Eric Wright, allegedly. You understand? Homeboy had that El Cedar, allegedly. Homeboy had the Monster. You understand? And that's how homeboy met his demise. So people is saying, because, you know, homeboy was indulging in that fun boy lifestyle, and allegedly homeboy was going around dog. You understand what I'm chatting about? And that's how homeboy caught the Monster. And he's saying, as far as his lover man, his bae, you understand? His boo, the Bronx River, top shotter, Bronx River Badman, the Bronx River article Don Dada, you understand? No pussy test, no boy, got the cords, you know, so the an alleged block spinner from Bronx River, they saying it's a possibility that he could have it too, because you know the streets talking, he's saying like, no, look at the homie. And I've been saying this years ago, right? He's angry for no reason, right? And if you look at his body, look at me, bro. Look. You can see muscles, you heard me? No cap, let's never cap. You can see muscles, you heard me? Look. I'm full engraving, I don't even got a flex. You heard me, gangster? Look. I don't got a flex, right? You see muscles, right? His body is like somebody just pump air in his body. His body looked like a Michelin man, right? His body looked like, you know, like dough, like clay. You could just rearrange his body. You don't have no muscle structure. It's just like a balloon, like somebody just blew up a balloon. That's how his body's shaped, you know. And that's from medication. I can tell when a person's body is just getting pure medication, because it just blow you up and you don't have no muscle. You lose your muscle structure. If you look at younger picture, he did have a little, I'm not going to give him too much, you know, but he had a little, maybe like 2% of masculinity, you understand? Others percent was just air. So now it's just all air. I know somebody allegedly is off heavy medication, so like I said, he's saying allegedly too. Boy is a walking pharmacy. Boy, you understand, got that, you know, Eazy-E, allegedly. You understand? And it is what it is, but like I said, R.I.P. to Africa Bambatta. You understand? You know, what can I tell you, man? Life goes on. You know, homeboy's a legend. A lot of people think a good product. You shouldn't be co-signing this. You should just fess him up and just say he was a schmook. You understand? Homeboy was a active undercover brother. No. At the end of the day, you see people on social network, goons, gangsters, Bloods, Crips, Folk Nation. You feel what I'm saying? They watching these schmooks. They watching these fun boys. They watching these snitches. So I could say R.I.P. to the homie, because at the end of the day, he was making good music he put on for the Boogie Down Bronx. You understand? Homeboy had a wave until the schmook allegation surround the elder like a bunch of bees, surround the whole head. You understand? Like a bunch of mosquitoes surround the old geezer. You understand? Like a bunch of alley cats. That's when people start looking at the homie like, yo, you heard me chat to be nice, like Mr. Spoon's facts. The homeboy went into hiding, but I know what really, me personally, I'm not gonna say it's the monster that took the elder out. I'm not gonna say it's prostate cancer, but possibility, it could have been a heart attack, it could have been a stroke, because like I said, the pressure that the alleged Bronx River on, the alleged Bronx River top shot put on the elder. You understand? That made homeboy heart allegedly stop. I'm telling you. You heard? Every time you look around, boys in tabloids. The OG, beer gossip, like Wendy Williams. Beer tabloids like Tasha K. Senior citizen can't take that. And then look, a lot of people on social media jacking away. Let me give y'all some boom facts. Before we continue live show, right? R.I.P. Bambatta, right? I see a lot of dudes throwing rocks in my hands, right? Look, we forever outside. Mr. Never Cap. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. So I see a lot of y'all throwing rocks in my hands. I've been riding my wood for years. You understand? The homie. You understand? Nah, we ain't gonna give you no light, man. Y'all wasties, man. But anybody know about, the garrison? Y'all know what I'm chatting about. You understand? Like I say, I see y'all trying to shoot shot. Y'all not in my sleeve. Because every time, I tell you, let's run it up. You jacking that you was home sleep. You understand? I'm chatting about, like I said, what's understood gonna have to be explained. We the big homie, man. Triple OG. When we come back on these haps, you heard me? It's gonna be a different light show, man. I gave y'all like 5 years to boom it up. Y'all ain't went nowhere. You heard? Ain't went nowhere. So back to what I was saying though before we cut. So we is the one that started the whole thigh steam. We the whole one that started, Dominator, pants, chest, shoulders, shoes, tie me down when I walk up in the VIP, tie me down. What? I got my catty on me, tie me down. We started all that wave. R.I.P. to a Virginia legend, a Virginia alleged Bodman, an alleged top shotter, front tooth. You heard me? He was on Homeboy Hills too. So he didn't get to see the ending and the turnout. You understand? So R.I.P. front tooth, a Virginia legend, a Virginia alleged, you understand, top shotter. You understand? Forever front tooth. So like I said, we the one that started all this stuff. Because I started the goofy sector. It was called the goofy sector. Boy came through and called it the dirty sector. If you watch his handle, I came through clowning the dead, right? Right? Y'all know the boom facts. He came through clowning the dead. Beer would ride in. You understand? Ride in at an all-time high. No cap. That's another cap. Right? So Homework would ride. Or for me doing content, because at that time I had 180,000 subscribers. Me doing content at a waste you. Because when Homeboy came on the haps, he used to cry like a little baby. When people was making a vlog against him, he couldn't take it. And then when he realized that's how the rhythm worked, he tried to capitalize off of it. You know what I'm saying? I can tell you everything from day one. You heard me? Remember, go to YouTube and type in OG product Bronx River. You heard me? He called me out, traveled almost like 300 miles from my constituency. You understand? My habitat. And went to Bronx River, stayed out there for like an hour. He gonna tell you another story. Oh, I crossed the street because I seen people. Cap. You're capping. You heard? So at the end of the day, he gonna tell you that story, but never. We was out there for 2 hours playing ball, you know what I'm saying? Chatting to the captain, like, sure. I'm like, OG, all right, triple OG, y'all. Heavy in attendance. And when you hear him saying heavy in attendance, all that come from me, blood. You heard? That's why I said what's understood. We built a lot of YouTube dudes. R.I.P. to Divine. Rest in peace. Another cloud chaser from the Ville. You understand that we build up. Homeboy disrespect the hand that boomed him. Where he at? Up in the pearly gates, preying. You understand the light show? Preying to turn up. Playing disrespect to a real. Yo. What's up? Like, look. What's up, right? That's the part of what's up. What's up, homeboy? We don't got to see, like, when people approach us, we don't got to panic, right? Just suave, because when you panic, it's like you're in the water. You're going to drown. So when the waves you approach, you know, you got to deal with the current, you know? Make sure this man always defends, you know, block, and just preying. You want it? Okay, jab. Jab. Woo. Woo. Let me stop, you heard me? But like I said, I see a lot of y'all throwing rocks at me, saying y'all want to swerve it out, y'all want to run it up, y'all want to bust a fade. You feel me? Look, no pussy test, no boy. You heard me? I'm the big homie. You heard me? The first triple OG in the United States of America, abroad, overseas. After me, there'll be none. All my gangsters, I promise you. Not even in LA, California, they got a triple OG. Maybe an OG and double OG, but ain't nobody that's a triple OG but myself. You heard me? Anyway, so, you know, Divine, we could go on and on. You know, a lot of people, you see the next dude, the race suit, Crack 100. You hear me? He's in the White Mountain Institution. He came out here trying to jack the crocodile. Oh, yo, crocodiles. Yo, where my crocs at? It's only one top crocodile pussy. You heard me? Let's never kill. Y'all want another one. So like I said, you know, he came out trying to jack the wave. Like, well, shut up. Shut up to be nice. Like, what you finna do? You heard? We back on the app soon. We gave you like 5 years to boom it up. Fess it up. Let it flop. The pussy. Bodman in town. Real top shot of Bob on social network. Y'all want? We got a podcast coming, me and Brother Scotty. We're about to shut down the city. We got everybody throw like a turtleneck, you heard? Like I said, for all the homies throwing shots at me, look, disrespect. I told you over and over, there's no expiration date on disrespect. There's no time limit on disrespect. You heard me, gangster? On my soul, there's no time limit on. Big shit, like, what's up? Like, what we gonna do, brother? Please tell me why. We done set the trend. Been on this over a decade. Still booming, still shooting shot. I'm not cloud chasing. I'm not riding niggas' wood for views. You heard? And I'm a Dolly gang in my own lane. So imagine when we come back now with a podcast and I'm doing lives and stuff again. We shutting down shop, shutting down operation. Like a true bad man. True article done. You see me? I say, yeah, man. So when y'all calling me out, oh, product this, product that, y'all going on people podcasts trying to disrespect my gangster, pussy. You know the real OG product. You know the top crocodile. That's why I said I left social media alone, because y'all was getting me back into be a crocodile again. You heard? I don't want to be a crocodile no more. What's up, Elder? I left the Batman life, I left it for sure. I don't want to be a crocodile no more. You heard me? Oh yeah, for all y'all, there's no elder, no seniorses and teenuses on the apps. Ever did the numbers we did with the music stuff. Go to YouTube and type in OG Product 100. You heard me? What's it called again? It's been a minute. She in love with a boomer. Almost 150K. No cap, Mr. Never cap. Go look at the comments, everything, almost like 1,000 comments. No elders, not even Jim Jones, not even Mano, Dave East, no pussy. Did those numbers, you heard? And people still asking for the video. She in love with the boomer, what's up? She in love with the boomer, what? She in love, gang. She in love with the boomer, what? So I pass for the boomer, gang. Spin black for the boomer, what? Hold a chop for the boomer, gang. Hold a mop for the boomer, what? She in love, gang. She in love with the boomer, what? She in love with the... Go on YouTube. You heard? So they always been a hater towards me, but they jacked the schlingo. They jacked the wave. You understand? And back to the waist geezer. You know, the Crack Right TV. Yeah, we're going to deal with you on Rapmatic podcast when we're doing the podcast. But I'm going to give you a little teaser on the light show. You've always been a good rider. You heard me, man. You always try to be like me. I'm the reason why you working out. You heard me, gangster? I'm the reason why you trying to do podcasts and all that waste-ish. I'm the reason you trying to do interviews. They want to act like us. They want to be like us. They want to move like us. They want to act like us. They want to be like us. They want to move like us. You heard me? So you're a wood rider, blood. You keep talking this fight and stuff, blood. You wouldn't even stand 2-minute rounds because when I started this, you're going to shrink. So don't even play yourself, blood. You know, product the music industry, dude. The corporate money. That's what I'm chatting about. That's in the white modern music industry. You already know about the crocodile, boy. It's what you hearing. You don't know about the, you heard me, Mr. Give It Up? You heard me? Mr. Give Me What's Yours? Like, what's up? Like, what's happening? You know how I met your brother? R.I.P. Seiko. Shh. You know how I met your brother? You know I don't really like to talk about my history, right? So I met your brother. Like I told you, I was one of the most notorious stick-up kids, man, from the 7th area code, you heard? And me and my boy just came from doing a lick, cashing out, getting a check, running up a bag. So we coming out Eastern Parkway. Y'all know y'all coming from Crown Heights, about to cut in the field by Ralph. It's like a thing that cut down the hill to pick in, right? So we heading that direction, like real crocodiles, you heard? After cashing out. About to get some BP 93, straight cash from BP, you know? And we ran into him, his brother Seiko. The other tall dude, he got a wet t-shirt contest. He got he filled up a cop and lead. He's no more amongst the land of living. The tall dude from Amboy and Pickett, y'all know what I'm talking about. Tall, slim dude used to be with Seiko, right? I think Amboy or Herschel, anyone in the new houses, he's a goner. You heard me? He's out of here. So we come out Eastern Parkway. Shout to Will too, from Marcus Garvey, MG, with GD Folk Nation. You heard me? So we coming out picking, right? Me and my boy blicked up. You heard me? We just came from doing a stain. So we ran it up. They're like, yo, we coming out Eastern Parkway, blah, blah, blah. That's my son, Decepticons. Before Bloods and Crips, the homies was Decepticon Deceps. So they chopping it up because, you know, Saquon number 4, they switched up, you know, and became Crips. It was Decepticons. And like I said, I always kept the trail, the big motherfucking Paru, you heard? No cap. So anyway, we coming down. So Will was like, yo, some dude over here robbed me, right? And at that time, you know, I was in crocodile mode. My son was in crocodile mode. And we going down Eastern Parkway. So he's like, yo, somebody robbed me. So my man was like, from where? So Will was like, from Job Corps. It's like a program when you bad. You know, the judge send you there to go get a program and rehabilitate yourself. Now they just lock you up. F Job Corps. Put him in a chain gang. You heard me? So he said he got robbed, and because that's how it is in Job Corps. You up there, you bring up clothes, and somebody leaving, they sneak thief you and take your shit. That's just how it goes. So Will got snuck there. So he was like, okay, cool, let's go pay them a visit. You know, let's go see them face to face, like this live on David Letterman. See them face to face, like this live on Jimmy Fallon. See them face to face, like this live on Arsenio Hall show. You heard me? So we went up to establishment. Boom, 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 boom. Top Shots was in town. No pussy test at the court. At these pussy foot. So glad nobody didn't came to the door because, you know, we already came from catching a stain, so we already in drill mode, crocodile mode. And my son, you know, backed out that, yeah, and ready to, you know what I'm saying? For them dudes, and we didn't even know them. So when he seen us back there, he said, oh shit, y'all strapped up like a terrorist, man. Oh shit, yeah, boy. That's how I met his brother. You heard me? So boom, me and the waist geezer got into some altercation, right? And I put in, I thought, yo, you don't know the crocodile. Your brother knew the crocodile. So his brother was in the institution, right? In the White Mountain institution. So he was like, yo, when my brother come home, he's gonna deal with you. So this I went, no cap. Mr. Never kept. So his brother was like, yo, he was like, when my elder come home, he's gonna deal with you. So son came home, howled at me. He's like, yo, what's up with you and your brother? I said, F your brother. Your brother's a cloud chaser. You understand? And he was like, yo, you gotta tap in. And I told him, like, yo, tap in who? So I'm like, yo, I'm the big homie. I'm the triple OG. I don't got no tap in. Y'all do the tap in. So that's how me and him fell out. You know, R.I.P. Seiko, Mr. Shh. When y'all hear the shh, That's why I said we pioneered. So when you see Vlad calling these race youths on their platform, nobody got history. Nobody got stories like me. I've been with every Bodman in New York City, every top shotter, every Don Dada, every article done. You understand? We got stories, but Vlad has always been a hater because Vlad, we built Vlad TV. I think he mad about that. That's why he never gave me an interview. Plus, we don't do free interviews. Have them dudes run up there for free. We don't need, I don't care about clout. I've been lit before social network. Vlad and them was stealing my footage that made his platform, stealing French Montana footage. That's why you see French Montana used to put the big Cocaine City logo on itself because Vlad and them was stealing our footage, ripping them off the DVD and uploading on the platform. We built Vlad TV. Shut up. You're no-fly zone for Tony Ayo. No-fly zone for Uncle Schmurda. Mr. Never Kyak. G.U. Not. You heard me? Y'all on freak unit. Y'all on Bambatta. Anyway, so that's the story I'm trying to tell you, blood. Like, they always been hating on OG. You know they hating on the mother effing OG. What? But all the effing hating, they don't know me. What? I'm tired of all these paparazzi. What? Hating on the product like a Nazi gang. They hating on the mother effing OG, please. But all that hating, they don't know me, gang. I'm tired of all these paparazzi. Hating on the product like a Nazi. What you know about spinning the block? What you know about letting off Figgy shot? Watch his body fucking twirl before his body drop. Watch his body fucking twirl from the copper shot. Whoa, copper shot, what? G.U. not what? They hating on the mother effing OG gang. But all the effing hating, they don't know me clean. I'm tired of all these paparazzi with shop. They hating on the product like a Nazi. Hey, they hating off the mother effing rip cause I'm jacking big beats, I'm jacking big blood, so woo. And that's the reason they wanna hate us. That's why they was my neighbors. And another thing too, before we cap, once again, RIP African Bambatta. Another thing, right, when you hear to go on people's platform and saying product this, let me tell you something, homie. For the last 8 years, I was a hot boy in Brownsville. I had beef going east to the projects. I had beef going there, Brookdale Hospital. Crip named Sean. That's when me and Loki Shmula got in the altercation. So when I was never in the Ville. How you think me and Loki Shmula got in the confrontation? I was in the Ville walking on foot. My T-boy. You heard me? So boom. I had beef going that way. I got beef going to the 90s. I got beef going up towards Bed-Stuy. So I'm a hot boy in the middle. Everybody know you're my establishment at love. You're nobody can't say product live right there or just ask. Yeah, product live right there. Come on. So they telling me, you know, the Crip boy. You heard me? We ain't gonna get to that. But you know, he said he's been looking for me for 5 years. I'm doing laundry right around the corner from you, around your establishment. I'm going to the gym where I met Crack Right TV. He see me in the gym. On East 98th. What's that shit called? I think it was called Blink before they changed it or whatever the gym was, right? By the train station by Sutter. I'm going there. I'm in goddamn shit 1 block away from Rowdy, building the Crunch Gym on Lefferts and Remsen. Right across the street is Rowdy and them projects. I ain't never scared. I ain't never scared. OG product will pop out. I'll never disappear. Yeah, I ain't never shook. Ooh, I will never hide. I'm the big fucking homie. Why should I be inside this off the head? I ain't never shook. Why? I ain't never scared. I'm the big fucking homie. I'm everywhere. You think I'm gonna hide from these wasteful? No. So that's beer lies. So I'm doing laundry around Loki Shmula, right there on East 98th. And East 98th. And Shmama Dukes co-signs. I'm doing on East 98th and Dumont, Loki. Little shack, you understand, a little cabin, because that's what it is, like a little shack, a little cabin right there. Like if you just drop a little block, it's just flat, right? So I'm doing laundry there. Where else? We everywhere, blood. I'm going to Jimmy. Yeah, blood. So anyway, what's understood, not to explain, but everybody know I done survived 54 Schmurd attempts. You heard me? Been a hot boy. You heard me? And you see when, never mind. He's a gone. You heard me? He's out of here. So what's understood It have to be explained. People, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel. I know it's a lot of people switched up, a lot of haters. You guys should stay right there because I'm coming back to boom it up, fest up, and let it flock on my soul. OG product, man, the big homie. You heard me? The big shit. You heard me? The top crocodile. You heard me? Mr. Never Cap. You heard me? Only ways up. All my gangster, on the dead homies, man. You heard me? On the fallen soldiers. I'm out. Boom.